This is where I reveal that it has been very much revealed to me at this point that if I go get to the ending, it's not going to actually make me start the game over. And in fact, I basically need to. So we're going to do that now. The first ending, the golden cube ending. But I did it, I waited until its most satisfying moment to do it, which is that I have every golden cube, which is nice. So now we can go do that and then come back to try to figure out the anti-cubes. It was like a giant door, right? There it is. Seems like a good time to go do it, right? That's how I justify this shit, at least. Ta-da! Ooh. It's interesting because, doing absolutely everything you can do first, before ever going to the ending, is a really standard operation procedure for me, and has generally been pretty much the right... Ow. You think slow fall would stop you from dying, but I guess not. I guess the background's supposed to imply this is the moon. Yeah, the craters. But that's been my pretty much standard behavior for the longest time, is to try to 100% complete the game as much as I can. I guess I can't jump to that directly. And then do the ending, which is usually some kind of signposted thing that I can avoid as long as possible. But the two puzzle games I'm playing right now, both are against that idea. Because my understanding is that you cannot 100% Fez till after you beat the game the first time. And similarly, the same thing applies to... Not the same thing, something similar happens in Uru, where logically I think, oh, do everything you can, including all the DLC, and then beat the ending. Because if DLC takes place after the ending, normally you do that after... Normally it becomes available after the ending. But no, apparently, at least according to the comments, like, you're supposed to do both of the DLC of Uru after the ending. But they're both available immediately, which is confusing, and not how games work and stuff. It's just odd. So in both of these games' case, my normal method of do all content that's currently available to you and then go do the ending doesn't completely work. Man, this is... I'm ready to make this song stop. The owl. In space, the owl does not turn because it is dead, because owls must breathe. Plot twist. Am I the anti-Gomez now? I don't like it. I don't like it. I know it's pretend glitching and all that, and it's just like it's a completely harmless, like, screen capture. It's like, it's just a rendering of what a crash screen looks and sounds like at times, but like, I'm always so afraid of something catastrophically going wrong at random during these Let's Plays and then making me lose the footage / the progress and whatnot. And so, like, that's a constant background fear, so I am not super fond of when games pretend it's happening. Even when I know it's pretending, I'm like, no, I don't want to feel this. It's worse than a horror game, because it's my ultimate horror. It's just like the beginning of the game. But wait, Gomez, you're waking up with the fez. It's not the same, is it, Gomez? I'm not supposed to do it here, am I? Oh, I can't open my pause menu? Oh, okay. I can't open my inventory menu. I've got to go talk to dudes. I can't talk to them. What? Stop it. Oh no. No, like, make it, no. It's aliasing. Oh no, help, it's aliasing. It's so ugly. I don't want it anymore. Help. Too much aliasing. It's, no. No, I don't want to be a 1-bit monster. Help me. I don't know. Oh man, I'm a... No, I don't want it. Alright. Alright, we're just going for it, huh? Hey! I became my base components. That went in directions. Can I rotate the credits? No, I cannot. Should it bother me that the Fez logo has a texture on it of the stars instead of just being a wireframe that drags across the stars in the background? Well, it's not over. How to get the drum set up there? I have questions. But yeah, he's they did the thing where they break everything down to its basest components. Look at the cells that make up everything. Look at the molecules that make up the cells. Look at the atoms that make up those, and down, 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 subatomic particles, photons, and quarks, but you know, the equivalent of the video game pixel art version of those things, like what those would be, but like a fictionalized version of that in itself. Like I imagine that the Tetris pieces that made everything up on a tiny, 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 tiny level, and were changing rapidly, might have been the equivalent of like the kind of quantum particles that change when you observe them and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking about. And then they just zoom out. They just zoom back out and they're like, but also, fuck it, play the drums, nothing matters, yay, and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about it story-wise because, of course, the story, like, only marginally exists so far, and probably ever. They're like, their thing is destabilized, go get the things. Then you come back and you're like, alright, cool, I did it. There's a lot of names in here. I saw Zoe Quinn, I see Jonathan Blow, but just named John Blow. Lee Alexander, there you are. Ashley Birch. These are recognizable names. I only read like half of them. And somebody thanked their parents. It's a bit like when we played Witness, and the majority of the credits, from what I remember, were like testers and special thanks and stuff. That's when like that YouTuber that does the math fractal art showed up as one of the testers, I think, for Witness, and I was like, oh, hey, look at you. Localization team. Yeah. I guess there is dialogue to localize, and then after that you also have to localize the weird translated dialogue and stuff like that for the puzzles. How do you localize the swift brown fox jumps over the lazy dog? Or is it quick brown fox? I forgot now. I keep going back and forth. How do you localize that? That's our alphabet and our words. Are there equivalents that they use in other languages, or were those people just screwed and had to look it up? It's interesting to see sometimes how, like, how puzzles can be inherently biased or trapped in your culture. And so when you try to localize something, it can become a mess. We're back, and our drums are back, and I am back, and I have 32 and 25. Alright, so there's still 7 more anti-cubes to go. It told me the tutorial again. Oh yeah, I can't rotate the screen, even though I'm me. I can run around all day. Can't talk to the other person. Gomez, hi Gomez. What's your favorite shape? Mine is square, not cube, that's for sure, because there is no such thing. This is locked, even though I've opened them before? I love Village, I've lived here my whole life. Maybe when I get to the top, the village will like... the lock will just open. Reality is perception. Perception is subjective. How are we gonna react when I already have the hat? You are looking nice and flat today. They really hammered that home, didn't they? I didn't read most of the dialogue the first time around, so it's kind of nice to go back. Today is a special day. Adventurous ready. It's Gomez time. Oh wait, isn't it going to talk to me in a weird made-up stuff? Hang on a second. Get my quick brown fox reordered thing. There we go. My translator is on my other screen now. I didn't have it open. Anytime now. Just you wait. There you go. Hello. Alright. I should translate that. Let's put the controller down. So during the ending, it filled up with golden cubes and anti-cubes, and it kept trying to spin, and it kept stopping, and it kept quitting, like it couldn't succeed. And the takeaway from that, I would guess, is that, whatever it's trying to do, whatever the goal is of this giant cube, it only succeeds when you have all 64 cubes. And so it failed, and we looped, and started over again. So we're like the only people that know that, we've been through this already. It's looped before. Alright, so I'm gonna write very small because I want to stick to the number of rows that they have. I've been writing really sloppy until now, but now I need to be one line at a time because that's the longest vertical amount of writing we've ever seen in this game. But first I said hi. T-H-E... He says, hi there. That's nice of him. H-O-W? Yep. I'm gonna say, how are you? Probably. Yep. How are... Y-O-U... Yep. He said, hi there, how are you? Oh, he's nice. That's probably just the letter I, because it's alone. Yep. I. W. I. Probably will. Yep, I will. I will be your guide, I'm guessing? Y-O... You are... It's simple enough English that you can often guess where they're going with a lot of it. I will be your... yeah. H... E... X... Okay. First time I've ever used the letter X, I think. X... oh, hexahedral, maybe? H-E-X-A-H-E-D-R... Oh. Hexahedron. Today, I'm guessing? T-O-D-A-Y. Okay. Hi. Hi there, how are you? I will be your hexahedron today. He's nice. Okay, let's be honest, this is a lot. Alright. Call this cheating or whatnot, I'm just gonna fucking read it off of a website, because this is gonna take an eternity. Hi there, how are you? I will be your hexahedron today. So this is just routine procedure, but I do need something here just goes wrong. If something does go wrong, you are going to have to clean up the mess. Hey, wait a minute. Can you even understand what I'm saying? And what is wrong with your head? Oh well, you are here now. Might as well do this thing. Prepare to have your mind blown. Alright, come to the club. Enjoy your free hat. I kind of thought maybe this would not work because your weird head, but everything looks a-okay from over here, so thanks for the hand. You can go home now. It was very nice to meet you. Alright, cool. That, wow. I don't remember him speaking that much. I'm glad I didn't keep manually translating that. That would have taken an hour. Alright. Oh yeah, oh he goes. Okay, I can't even translate those on the fly, but they're just random, they're a bunch of words. That was probably the last part where he's like, you can go home now. Yeah, that's a lot of text. What? Really? Really, Phil Fish? Really? 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 Oh, thank God they don't stay there at least. Press the left stick to enter first person view. Oh. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy. In case there wasn't any, in case there were any doubts remaining that this entire game was 3D, then that makes it pretty clear how this art style was able to be pulled off. Because here's me being able to see it in 3D. Here we go again. Well, we are not done yet. Is that what's gonna happen? Am I gonna go to those pillars and look at them in first person and there's gonna be just like shit written on the floor I couldn't see because I was in 3D, but I was in 2D viewing it? Huh. That's interesting to think. It's a game where you are a 2D character that is viewing things in 3D, supposedly, but you're viewing it in 3D, like, second person, I guess you would call it? Or I guess it's, you're viewing 3D environment from third person. So, while the new dimension he unlocked gave him new access to the environment and so on, and changed everything, we were still viewing it from the same perspective as always, which meant that you couldn't just view everything in real 3D. But now I can view everything in real 3D and see what it actually looks like. I can actually see how these rooms work spatially in some of these cases, which also adds the idea that everything had to work spatially this whole game, because now I can go back to any location and view it in this way and understand how it fits together as a location. Which is cool to think about. You also cannot move when you're in third person. There's just a hole. How does it even work? You cannot move. You can only rotate around and look. And then when you leave, I think you go back to the perspective you were in before you did that. It's just a hole between these rooms somehow. So it's a chance to look at things from an additional perspective that didn't work before and wasn't possible before, but you can't walk around because the basics of how you walk around in this game are really, really destroyed in first person, because perspective tricks, letting you walk from platform to platform in broken ways, is kind of a fundamental part of this game, and if you could actually see the environment, then that would cease to make sense. Hey, it's like a camera. Hey, I can see even more now. It's been so long, it's your turn now, I'm tired. Plus there's the eye thing. Oh yeah, you're definitely like in Doom, where it's a 2D object that just looks at you and always faces you. There's the owls. He just really liked the owls. He was a big fan of owls. Evidently. This nerd is way too into me. Alright. Look at where we are. The void. Suddenly the game looks a whole lot more like Minecraft, doesn't it? It already kind of always did, but now it really does. You can see the 4 walls that make up the sky. And even over there where they clip through each other and kind of don't make sense. It's interesting. Because you can kind of see through the seams of the environment at this point. And see all the kind of gaps in its visual design. But it almost seems like it's intentional. Like, hey, you've beaten the game now. Now see outside of the game. See everything break. No secrets here, huh? I thought there'd be like something waiting around here. Whoa. I thought I'd come here and find that like the room full of secrets had even more secrets on the floor. But it makes sense because what I've accomplished here is unusual. The guy here, the implication of that room I would assume is that there's somebody who engaged in a similar mystery journey that I did, but eventually fell short and did not complete the journey. So while I was able to learn things from them that helped me with my quest, I couldn't use what they learned to solve everything. Because they didn't solve everything. So now I've surpassed them. So now when I go to their room, they don't have anything written on the ceiling and the floor, because they couldn't see those places. The ceiling and the floor were abstract concepts. They were just platforms for him, or her, or whatever. Do Fezlings even have genders? Also, I just call them Fezlings, which is, I'm keeping that, even though it doesn't make sense because they don't really have fezzes. I don't care. Hello. Well, the easiest to get to weird place is going to be the candle room. Of the remaining places that I have not solved yet. There's the candle room and there's the lighthouse. You know, I am pretty curious. Now, the lighthouse is actually even easier to find a little bit. Mainly because I can just look at it in the background and be like, that's where it is. There you go. And it also might give me, contextualize the series of puzzles I have not solved yet. I could look at every single one of these locations in first person, and it's tempting, but for my own sanity and schedule and the pacing of the series, I feel like I shouldn't necessarily do that constantly. Look, whoa. Look how far away it is because of the perspective change. Ah. That's interesting. It's so weird to look at, though. The biggest trip is just having the fact, like, we knew these areas were offset from each other diagonally in the 3D space, and that was how you're able to have the weird thing where they change perspective every time you rotate. But it's still a real trip to see them actually spelled out in such a way. Yeah. Damn. Alright, well, I guess I need to use this little bit right here. Oops. Can I see it better from up here? I can. Can you go away? Can I scare you away? Shoo. No, stop going back and forth. Oh, does he... Oh, he freezes. Oh, first person freezes the game. Alright, I'm gonna be lazy here. I'm just gonna do... screenshot. Open this in MS Paint in the other window. Real quick. It's faster than writing it down and rotating it or whatnot. Or is it? I don't know. It's fewer actions on my part, I suppose. Alright, so the series is up, left, right, up, left, up, right, up. There we go. I thought it might be backwards, but you know, it was going to be easy enough to flip it if I wanted to do the other way around. Well, y'all are going to be really easy then, huh? Alright, I've got some trekking to do to get to these places, but if that's what all the pillars are, it's just I have to go find in first person the secret thing in the room, then that'll be pretty easy. I'm glad I was right. Because I genuinely did not know whether or not I was right about that. About whether or not it was going to be something that was being saved for whatever happens in post-game. It could have been really embarrassing if I was like, well, these are clearly impossible, I better go unlock the post-game mechanic or whatever it is in order to continue, and then I come back and it still doesn't make any sense. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I was just the wrong one. Oh wait, it's probably the... wasn't it the bottom one that was opened up by the water? Yes. Oh. Oh. It's you. You are the one. Am I standing in the middle of it now? Almost. So this is the that's the shape, it's having some Z fighting going on right now, but this is the logo of their company, like looping with itself, kind of, or of the low bit variation of it, and it's also what this was. Oh, am I supposed to be in the other one? I don't know. Let's take our screenshot real quick, just so I can try to do this. I've taken the screenshot. Be able to rotate it in this program, right? Yeah. Okay. So from this perspective, it should be up, right, up, A, down, left, up, down. No? I'm probably in the wrong spot, because this one has a weird line in it. I'm probably supposed to go on the other one, now that I'm looking at the actual picture of it, and it has the empty one. Okay. Up, right. Up, A. Down, left, up, down. There we go. Oh no, it's you. You're the black monolith. I've heard of you. This is the one. This is the thing that no one can solve. Maybe it's been solved now, because this game's been out for like 5 years, but this is the nightmare puzzle. This is the one that I always heard about in cryptic terms and didn't know what they were talking about, but this is the puzzle that worried me the most about this game, because I didn't know how much of the game was like this thing, but now that I've played it, it seems like the game's very solvable, and you can do basically everything except maybe this nightmare right here. What happened? I was like being drawn up into it. That was weird. Was that a menu glitch? That was weird. Okay, so solved. Okay, so those are all done. These might come up. Those are all done. So right now all that's left is there's the artifacts that might do something at some point, maybe even with this puzzle or something, and then there is the 6 remaining anti-cubes. That's how close we are. This is how far we've gone. Hooray. What does this room say now? It's still just you. And this has one line in it to indicate number, but we don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, because we don't know what direction to think we're in. What happens if I look at the monolith in first person? It's just a cube. Not a cube. But you know. You get to just straight up look at the walls now. Oh no. I can totally see how people would have obsessed over this room. Like, look at how many Tetris pieces there are. Like, what if people start trying to input what was on the walls and looking for sequences on that, but it might just be art, or it might be the answer, who knows? I'm gonna definitely save you for last, if ever. I'll see you later. I don't see any existing clues in that room. Now that I've unlocked its existence, I don't think there's a single additional clue that I can point out right now. Let's start checking off to those other places and try doing them.